Good afternoon, YouTube. This is the Pond Diver with another real life review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Cuzumec solar fairy lights. Let's get into it. During the summertime, my wife and I like to spend a lot of time outside, especially in the evenings when the sun is going down and it's a little bit cooler. I prefer a lot of ambient lighting. If we're grilling or swimming or doing whatever we're doing in the evening times, the ambient lighting helps add a layer of comfort. These particular lights are the warm white version. They are LED. So in ambient lighting, you want to go with a warmer light. For spotlighting, you would choose a cooler light like cool white. Now, these lights are incredibly dainty, which means they're sensitive to movement. Now, they don't produce very many lumens. I think probably 3 or 4 lumens at the most. What makes these lights unique is that they have several different settings that you can set them on. For example, they will fade in and out like a firefly, or they'll sparkle, they'll twinkle, they'll move in a chase pattern. I prefer the lightning bug, what I call the lightning bug effect, where every other one fades in and fades out. They'll fade in, fade out rapidly, or you can make them fade in, fade out slowly. Now, these are solar lights, so they don't require an extension cord or anything like that. So I have 2 trees in my backyard in which I have the fairy lights on. One is a crepe myrtle and another one is a tree that we call a heart tree. I'm not sure what the name of it is. It's about 15 feet tall, but we only go up about 8 feet inside the tree. When I film these at night, you'll see that 3 strands is more than sufficient for the tree behind me. What I do is I take the copper strands and I wrap the limbs. Now, these are not like Christmas lights. Christmas lights have insulated copper strands. These are just copper. That's all they are. Doesn't mean you're going to get electrocuted, but what it does mean is there's nothing there to protect the strand. If you break a strand, what I've figured out is that it doesn't matter about polarity. You cannot reattach the copper strand to the other set on the other side. If one bulb goes out, the rest of them do stay burning. There are no resistors or transistors that would cause the energy to fluctuate. They're ultra low energy consumers. The solar panel that comes with the lights is very small. It's probably 2.5 by 2.5 inches as a square. The particular strands I have behind me in the crepe myrtle are a 72-foot strand. I have 3 strands. They are a 200 count LED. Now, something to keep in mind whenever you're hanging these lights is not to attach them from limb to limb. You don't want the limbs separating in a wind because, like I said earlier, the copper is very dainty. The copper will snap with just a few pounds of pressure. The idea is to wrap it up the limb and down the limb, and then up another one and down it, up another one and down it. Unlike a typical Christmas light strand, you can't go from limb to limb because there's not enough strength. So for the review, I've had these lights for several weeks now, going on a couple of months really, and I'm going to give them an overall rating of 4.5 stars. And here's why. Number 1, I absolutely love the color. It's exactly like I expected it. It's a soft, warm white. I love the function of the light. I like the 8 different functions, but I keep mine set on the one particular soft in and out, fade in and out. I like the firefly look, as I call it. I also like the dusk till dawn feature. So these will not burn during the day, but as soon as it gets dark, they come on and they are bright all night long. They burn at least 8 hours every night. I have them underneath the tree where they're not getting 100% light. I think they're probably getting a total of 6 to maybe 7 hours of sunlight a day, and they burn all night long. So during the packaging process, I received a set of lights that was wrapped backwards. I would have thought that maybe quality control would have caught that. Granted, these lights are incredibly inexpensive. That's why they're in our yard. Maybe it's not fair for me to deduct a half a star for that, and if it's not fair, then they get a full 5 stars. But one of 3 strands was wrapped backwards. All I had to do really was just tear the piece of the cardboard that they were wrapped around, and I extended the string as long as it would go, and then I had to start from the back and work my way to the front. It was only an inconvenience. It wasn't anything to do with functionality. So I deduct a half a star for convenience charge. Now, if you disagree with that, I totally understand it. And if you do, these are going to be 5-star lights for you, I promise. So quality is good. They are dainty. You do have to be careful with them. They're fragile. They put out the right amount of light. I love the little fairy light that it puts off. That's awesome. I'll take some shots at night so you can see it. I'll give it a 4.5-star review. Some of you that purchase these lights will say it's a 5-star, and if you don't have any that are backwards, by all means, we're going to do that. We're going to go 5 stars on it. If this is your first time stopping by this channel, I appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do so. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like real life reviews, go ahead and hit that bell for more real life. Until then, this is the Pond Diver.